it's fascinating because I was talking about this with a friend last night, who probably does not watch this. That's okay.
Well, then she's not a real friend.
I'll tell you who it is when the camera's off and you'll laugh. But who doesn't watch Dexter, which is why she wasn't watching this. Mm-hmm. And so I had gone behind because, one of the bad things about having Dexter this summer is that, like we mentioned earlier, a few minutes ago, there's so much stuff going on. There's Comic-Con, there's TCA. I have an actual physical list of things that interviews I need to get done.
Of course, but there's way less TV on.
Yes, but the TV that I end up having, like the TV that I cover, like So You Think You Can Dance, is reality. It's taking me out at nights. So I feel like I'm still so behind on so many TV shows because of the fact that I'm still doing so much. So it's like with Dexter, I feel like I keep getting behind because, with Comic-Con, with TCA, I couldn't keep up. I just could not keep up. And as I was catching up, there were a couple of moments I was shocked that I hadn't been spoiled. Like, I was shocked that I wasn't spoiled about the brain surgeon being Vogel's son. Like,
well, it just was revealed.
No, but it's
I think you would have been spoiled if you hadn't caught up by now. Like, if you waited another week or two, I feel like at that point you would have.
But it's also something like,
But that's indicative of, like, it's not that big of a reveal. It would have been a bigger deal if she was the brain surgeon.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were leading us to that.
There was that episode the week before where I think a lot of people did assume she was when she was looking at after Zach got killed and she was looking at the brain in the jar. I think a lot of people automatically assumed that meant she did it.
Oh yes, I figured that was the first one. Like, oh no, it's definitely not her.
It could go either way. It depends on how you watch the show. But that's what I mean is, like, I feel like the stakes aren't as high as they were with a Trinity, for example,
right.
Or as much as we both did not like season 6 and thought it was not effective, I feel like even the stakes there were extremely high because once you realize that Colin Hanks' character, I can't remember his professor's name, but once you realize Edward James Olmos' character wasn't real, like he was dead, you could see Dexter becoming that too. The way that he uses Harry, especially now this season, the way that it's been turned on its head because it wasn't even Harry's doing. I don't know. I just feel like getting spoiled or not, I just feel like it doesn't feel like a final season yet.
Yeah,
like it does with his character, but like with all of the other things around him.
Yeah, and that was something I was thinking about as I was watching, because like I was thinking, earlier in the season, I know when we did our first podcast about it, we were talking about how, or I was talking about, I like that it was kind of like it was the end of a trilogy. I kind of compared to Scream 3.
No, you're right.
Where you're recontextualizing
we all agreed
that something that we have known from the start, and it's kind of a way to round out the final chapter. Mm-hmm. And I still think that completely stands. But there's a lack of urgency in some ways that I feel, and I was thinking about this kind of in reference to another show that just ended on its own, it was Fringe. And I was thinking about the pacing there, and I kind of, in that season, I was kind of taking some of it as it went because I wanted to see the whole picture, and part of me feels like I just want to see the whole picture of this before I kind of really judge the entire season, because I feel like there could be, we're at a point where, because we're so close to the end, it could go wildly terrible. Well, I mean, or it could actually end up like finishing.
I don't think it'll end up. I don't think it'll be terrible. I don't think I won't like the ending. I just think that it's ending in a way I did not expect, especially coming from seasons that did have such shock value moments, and especially if the character of Dexter is going to be killed by the end of the season, I want the person to kill him to really earn it and deserve it. And he's through times when he shouldn't have even succeeded, he did in the past. Right. And so to now say that love is going to be what trips him up, or like the quest for normalcy, that's kind of a damaging message to leave. Is that like give in to your addiction because otherwise you might get killed. Like, I don't know.